Kapilavastu, a beautiful place blessed by nature. King Suddhodana ruled the country. One day, his queen Mahamaya had an amazing dream.
What happened, my queen?
I experienced a beautiful feeling, a dream. Light rays from the sky. The bright light approached our palace. And from that light, a white elephant appeared with 4 tusks and danced before me, blessed me, and it fused into my stomach in a light form. The next day, Suddhodana asked the wise men of the court to interpret the queen's dream and the reason for it.
Milord, the queen's dream is definitely a sign of prosperity. Queen would bear a son who would become a great man, and the whole world would be benefited by this special child.
The news of the incredible child brought great happiness to the royal family. The queen, as was the custom, began her journey to her mother's place. After travelling for a while, they reached Lumbini, a garden. Queen wished to take rest in the beautiful garden. After some time, Queen gave birth to a beautiful child. This special child was called Buddha when he was enlightened. Everyone was amazed to see the child. Immediately, the child walked. By the birth of Buddha, the whole world was benefited when he was enlightened. Queen returned back with her son. The whole kingdom celebrated the birth of a great man. Suddhodana named his son as Siddharth. Everyone in the palace was celebrating the birth of Siddharth, while a great saint Asita came there. He was an old hermit who had given up all worldly pleasure and led a lonely life in the forests. The royal couple greeted him and treated him respectfully.
O king, he is not an ordinary boy. He is born to rule this world, not as a king, but as a spiritual teacher. No, he will rule this kingdom, this world, as a king and not as a teacher. Not only that, Queen, I am sorry to say, you will leave this mortal life in a few days. Who's there? Send this hermit away.
As Asita told, Queen died in a few days. Her sister took good care of Siddharth as her own child. Days passed. Siddharth grew up to become an intelligent boy. His guru, who taught Siddharth, one day met the king Suddhodana.
My lord, I have taught him everything what I know. He knows everything, and all the more he has taught me many things, which even I do not know.
Suddhodana felt proud when he heard this. Siddharth was not like other boys. He did not enjoy playing or fighting with other boys and spent much of his time alone. He played with the animals and birds in the palace gardens. One day, he was sitting in the royal garden. Suddenly, Siddharth gently picked up the swan and slowly took out the arrow. While he was gently stroking the swan, "Hey Siddharth, that bird is mine! Give it to me!"
Don't kill living being. It's a sin.
"Don't talk unnecessarily. That's my kill, so it belongs to me."
You don't have any right to hurt or kill any living being. So leave it.
Both of them kept arguing. To put an end, they went to a hermit who was sitting there.
Tell me, my dear, what made you to come here?
Both of them narrated what had happened.
God has created every living being to live. No one has right to kill the other. So the swan belongs to the Savior rather than who hurt the bird. Siddharth, this belongs to you. You can do as per your wish, and you should also forgive Devadatta for what he had done.
Both of them together accepted the verdict. The hermit who solved this changed into a snake and disappeared into the forest. Years passed. Siddharth grew as a famous and lovable man. He was a kind-hearted man who loved peace and hated violence. The king was worried about his son's nature.
What is this? Siddharth is too gentle and sensitive. I want him to be a great king. Kings must be strong and powerful. He is more interested in sitting by himself in the garden than learning how to be a ruler.
Do not worry, my lord. Prince should be married to get him out of his dream and into the real world. Your problem will be solved if he gets a beautiful and intelligent wife.
What you say sounds good. Okay, let's see. Make the necessary arrangements.
Suddhodana sent the message to his neighbor king Suprabuddha. But he told him that there were many young men who want to marry his daughter, and therefore the prince should compete among others to marry his daughter. Siddharth, who took part in the contest, excelled in swordsmanship, horse riding and archery, and won the hand of the beautiful princess Yashodhara. Suddhodana presented 3 beautiful palaces to his son as his wedding gift. All the 3 were situated in a beautiful garden. It was surrounded by large walls to prevent anything unpleasant from coming near the prince. Prince was given delicious food, beautiful musicians and dancers to keep the prince away from the outside world. For many years, Siddharth lived a luxurious life and was totally cut off from the real world. Time passed like this. Soon, they had a son, Rahula. The king was happy that his plans for his son were working out so well. After dinner, the prince would relax by listening to sweet melodies. One night, after dinner, Siddharth heard a beautiful melodious song. The song was about the beauties of the world and happy people who lived in the golden cities.
Father, I would like to see the world beyond the garden walls. Please allow me to go out.
My dear, you're a very kind-hearted person. The reality will hurt you. Please drop the idea of going out.
I want to see our people, see the real life and feel it. I like to enjoy the world which is spread beyond this palace. Please allow me, Father.
Okay, as you wish.
At the same moment,
Ministers, tomorrow Siddharth is going to visit the city. So we should be very careful. Everyone in the city should be happy. Decorate the houses. Aged people, sick people, and the dead ones should not be seen. Keep the city clean. This is the king's order. Announce it in the city.
Ah, what's this? Who's he?
He is an aged man, Prince.
Aged? Means?
Everyone will have to cross the stage. Prince, stop. Don't go.
Who's he? Why is he crying?
He is sick and waiting to face his death.
Death means?
The last stage of life is death. Everyone has to face it.
For everyone, do you mean? A king? For me? For Yashodhara?
Prince.
In that case, this body, wealth, kingdom, relatives, everything, what I have enjoyed all these days, are only illusion?
Siddharth returned to the palace. After seeing all these incidents, he could not concentrate on anything. His only thought was to find an end for all the sufferings. One night, an unseen force made everyone go into a deep sleep. At the same time, Siddharth mounted on his horse and left the palace. He rode to the forest. Siddharth started his journey with a decision to put an end to all the sufferings in the world. He removed his royal attire, hair, jewels, and walked into the forest as a hermit. He met many hermits on his way. Days passed. He reached the forest in Magadha kingdom. There he met Arita and became his disciple. After a few days,
What I have learned till now does not bring an end to all the pain. So let me search on my own.
again he started his journey. He reached a place called Gaya. There, he performed a rigorous, painful penance. For 6 years without eating and sleeping, he continued his penance. He looked like a living skeleton. During that time, a woman Sujata, herdsman wife, who came there, gave her food to Siddharth.
I have made a mistake. I should not have suffered so much for these 6 years. Mother, thank you very much. Your food has given me the energy. Now, with this strength, I will continue my search.
Coming to a decision, he sat under a Bodhi tree and started meditating. Mara, name given to evil force that disturbs people's mind, appeared.
If he finds the way to end all sufferings, what will happen to us? So, let me disturb his meditation.
Mara tried in many ways only to be unsuccessful. He shot arrows, but they turned into lotus petals and fell at his feet. So,
Siddharth, you are a prince, born to rule this world as a king. Why do you suffer yourself without enjoying the royal life?
for all these things, Siddharth did not answer, but won him with his silence. Then he continued his meditation. Slowly, Siddharth found the answer. He realized the truth. The reason for the suffering is desire. The way to get rid of suffering is to follow the middle path. He became Buddha. He slowly opened his eyes and felt the surroundings to be calm and quiet. He decided to teach his findings to the people in the world. So he reached Benares. There he started his first preaching. Then he visited many places and his preaching started to spread. Many became his followers. Once, Buddha was walking through a forest.
Hey, stop!
My son, be calm.
I am going to kill you and take your thumb.
Child, why don't you be very kind to others?
Buddha started preaching to him and Angulimala realized the truth. He fell at his feet and worshipped Buddha. His preaching attracted elders, old ones, emperors, and everyone in the country. Not only in India, but in Singapore, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Philippines, Japan, and China, Buddhism has spread its wings.
Sometimes, just let it be. A Gautam Buddha story. Once, Gautam Buddha was traveling from one town to another town with a few of his followers. While they were traveling, they happened to pass a lake. They stopped there and Buddha told one of his disciples, I am thirsty. Please get me some water from that lake. The disciple walked up to that lake. When he reached there, he noticed that some people were washing clothes in the water. And right at that moment, a bullock cart started crossing the lake. As a result, the water became very muddy. The disciple thought, how can I give this muddy water to Buddha to drink? So he came back and told Buddha, the water in there is very muddy. I don't think it is good for drinking. Buddha said, don't worry. Let us take a little rest near this tree. After about an hour, again Buddha asked the same disciple to go back to the lake and get him some water to drink. The disciple went back to the lake. This time, he found that the lake had absolutely clear water in it. The mud had settled down and the water above it looked good. So he collected some water in a pot and brought it to Buddha. Buddha looked at the water and then he looked at the disciple and said, see, you let the water be and the mud settled down on its own. You got clear water. It did not require any effort. It is the same thing with our mind too. When it is disturbed, just let it be. Give it a little time. It will settle down on its own. You don't have to put in any effort to calm it down. We can judge and take best decisions of our life when we stay calm. Everyone looked at Buddha with respect. Today, they got one more very important life lesson. Moral: always stay calm and never take hasty decisions.